So if you didn't know, I used to be a big reader when I was in elementary school and middle school. I used to read all types of things. I really liked mysteries like Boxcar Children, A to Z mysteries, that was a while ago, Nancy Drew, all of those type of books. Even some teenage romance here and there, but I used to read a Nancy Drew book like every single day in 4th grade. And in December, I discovered that I love reading. I forgot how much I missed it until I picked up this book. I've had this book for over a year. My mom bought it for me and I never picked it up because I forgot how much I loved reading. Once I read this book, I was like, I need to go buy more books. So that's exactly what I did, and that's exactly what this video is. I ended up reading 4 books in December. I read It Ends With Us. I rated this book a 4 stars. Some people don't like it, but I really like Lily and Atlas and Ryle and the entire situation between them. It was page turning and I read it in like 4 days. And then I picked up my second book, The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This book is such a great book if you're starting out reading because the chapters are super short. It's page turning. It's a mystery. There's slight romance in it. Such a good book. If you love the movie Knives Out, which I love, this is kind of like a similar story. So I recommend this book. Then I read Love and Other Words. I don't remember much of this book because I was really sick while I was reading it. I got sick the week before Christmas, really bad, for like 5 days. I had a fever, and I read this, but I don't remember much of it. So I'm definitely gonna have to go back and reread this. It was really fast for me, so I guess I did enjoy it. I know kind of like the gist of what happened, but I don't remember too much detail, and I've heard this book is really good and people rate it 5 stars. I gave this book 5 stars. I forgot to say that. I really just don't remember it, so I don't even know what to rate it. I went back and read It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover, and I really liked this book as well. I gave it a 4 stars again. You get to hear the point of view of Atlas in this book, and it was just super sweet. I really read this super quick in like 3 days. And then I went back, and it's downstairs right now, but I picked up the second book in this series, The Hawthorne Legacy. I just finished it about 5 minutes ago, and I really like this series so far. I think there's I want to say there's one more book, but then there's The Brothers Hawthorne. I don't know if that's like in the series or what. And then I think she's releasing a new one in like April or something to complete the series. I could be totally wrong about that, but I think that's what it is. So these are my December reads, and I started like halfway through December, so the fact that I read all 4 of these books kind of blows my mind, and it took me about 3 weeks to read the second book in the series because I didn't put as much time into it. I did not expect to go into a whole December book review portion of this video, but this video is kind of all over the place. There's bits and pieces. I haven't spoken a single word because, like I mentioned, this was filmed when I was sick. I didn't have a voice. So I'm gonna kind of annotate this video for y'all. Starting with right before I got sick, we went down to where I grew up as a child, kind of, and I used to go to this bookstore all the time when I was a kid, so it's very nostalgic, but it's called Recycled Books in Denton, Texas, and we went book shopping. These are all the kids' books, and I used to spend so much time in here as a child. This is crazy. So I ended up only buying 1 book there. Basically everything is half price. And then a few days later, this was after I had been sick, I ordered 3 books off of Mercari in like a bundle for like $15 and decided to pick this one up. So fast forward after I was sick, I think this was the day after Christmas. Yes, Half Price Books was having 20% off, and so we went there, and then we ended up going to Barnes & Noble after anyways. But at Half Price Books, I had 2 gift cards, and then I ended up spending like $40 anyways, so I got a whole bunch of books. I think I bought like 16 or 17 and kind of filled up my shelves a little bit, and then at Barnes & Noble, I believe I picked out 2. Mom's doing her mascara, and we're in the middle of the bookstore.
I finally get to see you guys again. And
You gotta speak loud because this has a terrible microphone. Yeah. Mom is mad at me because I didn't do Vlogmas.
Was that your first time you haven't done it?
First time in 7 years I haven't done Vlogmas.
Why?
Because I don't got time for that, Mom. Not this year.
she has an obsession with books. It's like super weird.
Well,
we went to Half Price Books. I know. And now we're at Barnes & Noble. Where are you going?
I did such a good
Sephora or whatever.
And then my youngest sister, Daisy, and I were like, let's transform the game room into a more cozy, comfy spot. So that's where I'm at right now. All of her toys and stuff used to be in this room when she was a little bit younger, even toys back from when I was really young. So we went through, we sorted them, we dusted and vacuumed and cleaned a whole bunch of stuff up. It's still messy as I'm looking at it right now. That's why you're only seeing this portion, but my mom went out of town and couldn't help finish sorting and cleaning with us. She should actually be back in a few minutes. Her plane has landed, so she's gonna help us finish this up hopefully tonight or tomorrow, and then I can do the full tour after this. But anyways, we cleaned up the game room. Nathaniel gave me a monitor so I can like plug my computer in or get a Fire Stick or something and we can watch like YouTube or whatever on it. I ordered this couch that you'll see me put together. It was like the cheapest couch I could find on Amazon. So yeah, you'll get to see a little bit of us cleaning and putting that together. I just realized that I forgot to change and I'm in the same outfit as the video that you're gonna see. You'll see that video next after this one goes up, but I'm gonna give you guys a full tour of kind of like our book room slash game room. I'm gonna show you guys kind of what's on my shelves. I'm not gonna go into an entire TBR, but I'm just gonna give you a little skim through of every book that's on my shelf so you can kind of get a little idea, and hopefully you guys like these book videos and want more book content. So we have been making over this room for the past few weeks, honestly probably a month now, and I'm finally gonna give you guys a full tour of how it turned out. So here's a little bit of the before if you don't remember it from earlier, but this is a little overview of the after. We moved around lots of furniture, bought some new furniture like you saw, and organized it and really put it together. I'm gonna start over here. Don't mind that, that's for her. But this is our TV stand. We've had this in my family for like years, since I was in like 3rd grade. And then my boyfriend gave us this monitor so I can hook up a Fire Stick to it and we can watch Netflix or YouTube or whatever. We have a bean bag. This is mainly for like my cats or dog. Moving along, this is our game chest. We don't really need to go into much detail on that. We've also had that forever, but it has all of our board games and cards in it. You saw that we built and put together this cute couch right here. Kind of the theme for this room is like pink and blue, I guess. That's what we ended up with. We didn't even really plan that. It was just like extra decor that we had. And then there's lights that go along the couch, but you can't really see because it's super bright in here right now. I got the couch on Amazon. This decor and stuff is probably from like Five Below or TJ Maxx. Same with that. We found this little table like on the side of the road, my boyfriend and I, and so it turned out really cute and it matches well in here. I have no idea where this is from, but it has some of my sister's school stuff. stuff. And this is our old dining room table from our old house, but we moved it up here. It's kind of like her desk because next year she's going to be homeschooled kind of. So this is for her to work. Over in here is our media room. Along this wall we have this dresser that's also been around for a while, and it has just like extra supplies and random stuff in there. And then finally the actual book part of the room. So I'm gonna go into a little bit more detail on my TBR. So these aren't too organized, but mainly over here we have romance, and this is kind of more like mystery, thriller, fantasy, whatever. Starting over here, we have Little White Lies. I have not read this, but I recently got it. I read the first 2 books in the Inheritance Games series, and I rated them both 5 stars. I love these. I'm about to read The Naturals, which I'm really excited for this series as well. I've had this book forever, and I've never read it. I don't know much about it, so I'll have to look it up on Goodreads, but it's The Sorority Murder. I got this book at a garage sale, and I think it has like a 4-point-something star on Goodreads, so I'm excited to read that as well. The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. I thrifted this book, but I think it's like the 6th book in the series, but it's a New York Times bestselling author, so I'm gonna have to read the first 5, I guess. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I haven't read these yet, but I have the first 2 in the series. Truly Devious. One of Us is Lying. I read this as a senior in high school for a project or something, and I really liked it, so I bought another one of her books called The Cousins. Cinder by Melissa Meyer. I think this is really popular, or used to be. The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. Uncaged. I also read this as a senior in high school for a project, and I liked it so much that I bought the 2nd book but never got around to reading it. I had to read The Hate You Give as a senior in high school as well. I guess we did a lot of reading in that class, but this book was so long and I feel like a little bit drawn out. I thrifted this book, All Your Twisted Secrets by Diana Urban. I'm excited to read A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham, and same with Akatar. I have the first book in the series. This one's like fantasy and these are not, so it just kind of is chilling here. On to the romance section. Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. This one's not romance, but Love Lives Here by Maria Goff. And then Bob Hazlitt gifted me this book. It was like a group of us. He came and spoke at our church. Think Like Heaven, The Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood, People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I haven't read either of these, and they're both really famous authors, so I'm excited to read those. I read It Starts With Us and It Ends With Us, and I really liked these books. And then I was gifted a bunch of Colleen Hoover books for Christmas, and I haven't read any of those yet. And then The Bookshop by the Bay by Pamela Kelly. I don't know much about this, but I thought it looked interesting. The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, another really popular one. And then Love in Other Words. I enjoyed this book, I just don't remember much of it. Better Than the Movies. I'm about to read this book by Lynn Painter, and I'm excited to read her writing because I hear it's really good. And then same with The Do-Over, also by Lynn Painter. The last 2 we have are The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, which is a movie, my sister told me. I didn't know that. And then this is also a show, or soon to be. I don't know if it already is, but Love and Gelato by Jennifer Evans Welch. We've got a few bookmarks over here, and then most of these are empty, and then those are my younger sister's books down below. All right, well, that's kind of a little run through of my current shelf and a little bit of my TBR of what I'm wanting to read in the next few months before I buy any new books. Sorry if you can hear my dog. He probably needs to be let out, so I need to go do that. But I'm gonna wrap up this video. I hope you're gonna enjoy the book content that I'm gonna start creating. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry this video is all over the place, but I really hope that you did enjoy it. Like, subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Peace out, MacPack.